What it be, y'all? Once again, Rezin47, and I'm here with my first new video of the new year 2023. This is going to be part 10 of my music collection. As always, I'm going to start off with the new pickups, and then after that, it's just going to be albums I randomly picked out. So, first up, we'll start off with the vinyls. I got two, and they're both from the same artist. I think you can guess who these are. If not, you can look in the description and cheat. But, it's the Helium, Hole in the Ground, 7-inch record. This was their second release from 1993. Their first one was the American Gene in 92. I showed that off in like maybe part 8 or something. This came out on Pop Narcotic in 93. And this shit is actually a gatefold. Let's see here. So, here's the first side. You got Hole in the Ground. And then the B side comes with the song Lucy, which is my top 5 Helium songs of all time. I fucking love that track. So I'm happy I got this because like on Discogs, like either they're really expensive or the person who has it for sale I can't fucking buy from because my rating is too low, which is fucked. But yeah, I'll deal with the plastic later. But that's a Helium, Hole in the Ground, 1993, and then also 1 year later, in 1994, they put out the Pat's Trick single. This is the breakout single from their life-changing album, The Dirt of Luck, from 1995. This came out in the end of '94, and let me get this shit out. This dude came with a lot of plastic on this one, so it's well protected. But here's the A side. You got Patrick right here, and then on the B side you got Ghost Car, which is it's kind of like a piano ballad or something like that, but it sounds really good. I like the demo version more and ends with "and" because it sounds more like a full-length song. But the Ghost Car in here kind of sounds like something that would have been on like Golden Dove or something. But yeah, classic song, Patrick. One of the greatest songs from the fucking 90s. That has to be... I put that up there with like the best from that decade. And also on my second channel, I put up like a HD remaster of the music video. And I remastered the audio as well. So in the description, there will be the link to my second channel. You go up there, and it's the very first video I uploaded. So those are the two vinyls. Now we'll get on to the CDs. I got two new pickups. And I already did a video on this, doing an unboxing first look on this one, but I gotta show it again because it's the collection video of the ICP Carnival Carnage 30th anniversary CD. They put these up for sale like in October, and this shit didn't ship out until like mid-December or something. But you got the Sanity Insanity faces with a bunch of pictures from the Carnival Carnage era. And then you got the story of the album, and you got a little memoir for John Cake Jazz. That's also like in the vinyl for the album. They kept the disc art the same. The credits look pretty much the same. What? Yeah, nothing really to that. I said it in the video, but I did on this, but this was a waste of fucking money because it's not even remastered. There's no like bonus tracks or like unreleased material or anything. It's just the original '92 release of the album repackaged in a digipack. That's all this is. So don't waste your money on this. I think I want to see what the cassette looks like because those are sold out. I wish I could have gotten one though, but yeah. 30th anniversary Carnival Carnage, not worth the money. I'll tell you what is worth the money. This next album I picked up, and it's not expensive though. But it's been years since I heard this album, but I recently revisited it like around like Christmas time, and I forgot how fucking amazing this record was. Green Day, Insomniac from 1995. This is my favorite album of theirs. Most people's favorite is either Dookie or American Idiot. Dookie is my second favorite, but this is definitely my favorite because it's more like raw. It's just more up-tempo and in your face. You know, Dookie was like the pop-punk masterpiece, and this is like more for just like the Just like the guy that likes to listen to albums and not just like singles. This was their album for people like me. If I didn't show off the disc. But yeah, it's my favorite album of theirs. Like I said, one of my favorite albums from '95. It came out like on an amazing release day, October 10th, 1995. You had this, ICP Real Box, Poe, Hello, and AZ Do or Die. 4 albums on one day. That's crazy. But what's on here? Armitage Shanks, or however it's pronounced. Brat. That's probably my favorite Green Day song right there. Ginkstink Breath. Love that. It's about being methed out. No Pride. Babs Juvela Who. I totally relate to that. 86, I fucking love that song. Brain Stew is fucking amazing. Even if it's a single, I'm not burned out on it at all. It is amazing. And that pair with Jaded is perfect. What else on here? Westbound Side. Walking Contradiction, that's one of my favorite closing tracks of all time. I love that. But, yeah, Green Day Insomniac, 1995. And, I gotta show you this because I love albums that do like shit like this with their packaging. You know, you open it up and you get the full picture. You know, streaming services, they did like a 25th anniversary release of this, and they showed the full color like for this. Same thing with like Far Side's Bizarre to the Far Side's the same deal. But yeah, let me get this put away. But yeah, love this album. One of my favorites from '95. And next up, these are just randoms I picked out. Songs, albums I've been listening to recently. First up, I'm gonna go with his Chino XL's "Here to Save You All" from 1996. This is one of the best lyrical albums you could ever hear in your life. There's like punchlines every single second on this record. Chino XL is fucking disgusting with his fucking lyricism. What's on here, man? Deliver is punchline overload. You'll have to slow the fuck down to catch everything he's saying. No Complex. It's all bad, like something more vulnerable. Freestyle rhymes. My favorite track on this album is Riot with Ras Kass. The beat was produced by Bird, and it sounds like something that would have been on Soul and Ice. It's fucking insane. What else? What Am I? Feeling Evil Again. Creep. He's doing like the Radiohead shit on that one. The Shabadoo Conspiracy with Kool Keith. Vampire. Rise. And then there's a hidden track called My Heroes, which is also really dope. There's more punchlines. But if you have not heard this album, you're fucking missing out. This dude's lyricism and his wordplay and all that will make your fucking head explode. Chino XL, Here to Save You All, 1996. Also from 1996, I just mentioned it. Ras Kass, Soul and Ice. This is like the West Coast brother album to Here to Save You All. This album is dark. It's dirty. It's dusty. It's like some bitter Sub-Zero winter fucking music. Birds and Voodoo's production on this album is so cold and just so dark. Ras Kass, you know how he gets down with the lyrics, punchlines, sick wordplay, you know, real slick shit that sometimes will fly over your head. But also a lot of like religious references in this album, which is like you weren't really hearing like that in '96 unless you're listening to like Sons of Man or like Kill a Priest. But he was doing that shit on the West Coast in this album. You got Unearthed As It Is, like the most religious bass song on the album. Realism, like talking about the fucked up shit that goes on in the music industry. Nature of the Threat, arguably like the best storytelling song in hip hop history. He talks about like just like the fucking history of like bigotry and human evolution, which is all fucking crazy. And it's 8 minutes and like no chorus. And he didn't have Wikipedia at this time. This was written in '96. 8 minutes of just knowledge he had stored here. But my favorite track on this album is the one after that, etc. Nasty beat. Ras Kass just fucking blacks out on that shit. Sunset. The Evil That Men Do, the darkest fucking song on the album. That beat is, oh my god. And the story that he tells is just fucking crazy. If Then, would love that song. I like how he flips the bitches ain't shit chorus on his chorus from that song. And well, center Soul and Ice. That was my introduction to Ras Kass when I heard it on Backspin before it became Rock the Bells. And then it signs off with Ordo ab Chaos, or it's his Latin for Order out of Chaos. Very dark ending to the album. This whole album is just crazy. You know, I'm sure everyone here hip-hop head has heard this album, but if you haven't, where the fuck have you been? Listen to this. This is a masterpiece. It's a classic. It should be talked about with like the best albums that in hip-hop history. Ras Kass, Soul on Ice, 1996. One more album from 96. The last hip-hop album I have to talk about. I've been kind of like in a West Coast mood lately, so I gotta show this off. Eazy-E, Straight Off the Streets in Muthaphukkin Compton. This is the reissue this is the 98 reissue that has the title already uncensored. Because the OG is like scratched off. It's like censored in gold and you had to scratch it off. Thank God I got the reissue. I wasn't gonna bother with that. But this is definitely my fucking favorite Eazy album. Much respect to Eazy Does It, but this shit is just way darker, way grimier. And I love this picture right here. Eazy swinging a punch in the intro. All the songs here, all 14 tracks were supposed to be for like a double album he was planning called Temporary Insanity, but that never came out because it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. Plus the Dre beef popped off, and he kind of got sidetracked by that. So and some of that spills over into this album, like the first song, Old School Shit, with I forgot who the chick's name was, but it's got BG Knockout and Dresta on it. Dresta murders that. And their album, Real Brothers from 1995, very fucking underrated. Love that album. Sorry Louis, just fucking morbid. Sipping on a 40, Nuts on Your Chin. One of the darker songs on the album. I think one of the dudes from 90 by Nature produced that. The Motherfucking Real with MC Ren. Creep and Crawl, that's my favorite track on the album. I love that. It's so dark. It's just dark alley at midnight, rolling up and fucking smoking someone. That's like kind of the feeling I get from that song. And the lyrics themselves are very reflective of that. Then you got another Death Row diss track after that, What Would You Do? With this dude named Dirty Red. I don't know where the fuck he went, but he destroyed that shit. And while I was on here, Gangsta Beat for the Street, Eternal E, which is like an unfinished track that was made before Eazy died. DJ Yella finished it up. But this is also one of the first hip-hop albums I ever bought in my collection. It might be the first that I bought with my own money. It's either that or Midnight Marauders. But classic album, 1996. Straight Out the Streets of Motherfucking Compton. Next up, all from the same band. There's the last 3 albums in the batch. And first one is going to be the Melvins, Houdini, from 1993. This is their 5th album. It's their major label debut, though, because their 4 albums before that were Fluid Porch Treatments in 1987, Ozma in 1989, Bullhead in 1991, and then Lysol in 1992. But I fucking love this disc art with the, what's it called, Doggy? That's what the name of that shit is. They got like a whole bunch of different animals with like 2 heads in here. Like you got a pig, penguin, and then I think there's a cat here too. Yep, that one right there too. So cool. I like. It's my favorite Melvins album. It's one of my favorite albums from '93. Melvins actually got signed because Kobe knew them, and he was always talking about them every chance he could. So they got signed to Atlantic Records, and this dropped in '93, the same day as In Utero, by the way, which is also really cool. But what's on here, man? Hooch, fucking amazing opening track. Night Goat, my favorite song on the album. Lizzie, fucking great single. Honey Bucket, probably the heaviest song on the album. It's on here. Hag Me, like it's like a 7-minute like jam song. Set Me Straight. Joan of Arc. What the fuck is else on here? Pearl Bomb. I'm not even bother gonna fucking read off the back because it's all fucking shuffled. I hate that. But yeah, this is also their last album with Lorax or Lori Black. So Melvin, if you want to get into the Melvins, start with this album, Houdini from 1993. I might do a 30th anniversary review for this later in the year. But a year after that, they put out just like a side project. They put out like an experimental album under, I think it was Amphetamine Records, called Prick. Hate that album. It's garbage in my opinion. It was just an experimental failure. But October '94, they came back with a fucking another classic, Stoner Witch, 1994. Fucking love this album. It's heavier than they got heavier from Houdini on here, and this is their first album with Mark D or Mark Dutram. Probably my favorite. Yeah, not probably my favorite bassist that Melvins ever had. They kind of I was about to say they went a little more commercial, but no, they stuck to their formula they had on Houdini. Just another straight up metal album with no fucking ready-made singles except for Revolve. I love that song. The solo at the end, that or like the solo on X Hex Beast, like those, it goes between those two is for my favorite guitar solo of all time. What's on here? Queen, that was a dope single. Goose Freight Train, a lot more subdued. At the Stake, I fucking love that song. It's like a sequel to Hag Me, but it's like 8 minutes, and it's a lot darker and a lot heavier. My favorite track on this album is Sheevil. So dark, fucking hypnotic. It's like a 6.5 minute song. I fucking love it. Oh my god. And the album ends with a song called Divinity, which is like 9 minutes. I kind of forgot how that sounded. But Stoner Witch from 1994 by the Melvins is one of my favorite albums of all time, especially from 94. This will probably be like top 10. And then last album, also from 96, carrying on with that theme of this video. It's by the way, this was their 8th album. And no, their 7th album. This was their 7th album. This album is their 8th. It's Stag from 1996. Shout out to Buzz's wife Mackie Osborne for drawing this cover. I believe she also did like Tool's Fear Inoculum album, where like had something to do with that. But I love that. It's got like you got that cactus flower drawing. I fucking love that. Someone's definitely got that tatted somewhere. And this was the fucking first Melvins album I bought in my collection. And underrated album, I think. They went a lot more experimental with this one. They just had fun with this record. You got like The Bit, grimy, heavy, fucking dark song. One of the very first songs I ever fucking heard by the Melvins was Bar X the Rocking M. I fucking love that song title too. How they fucking how they fucking like worked in like the fucking that fucking tuba and like the scratching in there was really fucking cool. What else on here? The Bloats. I love Buzz's charisma on that song. Goggles is fucking crazy. Like the effects on that shit. Fucking Buzz is screaming. Jesus, I love that. What else on here? Soup. Sterilized. Like it's kind of like Sheevil, but just like not as hypnotic, just straight up dark. I love that song. Lacrimosa. It's just like a whole bunch of nothing almost, but it's so cool sounding. I just love how dark it sounds. And then you got Captain Pungent, which is like a short, dope song. Bertha's. Yeah. Stag from 1996. Underrated album. This is their last album on Atlantic. Stoner Witch was their second. But that's Stag. And that's my Part 10 music collection. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this shit. And I'll see y'all in the next one. My next video is going to be a list of the albums I'm anticipating in 2023. So that should be coming soon. Until then, I'm out of here.